Alright, so I guess I did something wrong with my phone and I wasn't able to continue the video. But anyways, here we go. In the greenhouse right now, I've got just this little shelf set up. Got all these trays set up. I'm going to let them set for a day. Get them seated. I have to mark them and everything so I know what's what. But some of the other stuff in here, actually surprisingly, the sage and parsley in this pot is coming back. The leaves are turning green. That's some new growth down there, and the parsley, I was surprised. I thought that was completely dead. So I gave it some water, and it's actually coming along pretty good. And I need to get in there and trim all that dead stuff out. And I had some leftover seeds from last year, so I put some butternut squash and some yellow squash in these pots. Just dumped a bunch of seeds in there, see if any of them will germinate. As far as my little cold frame in here, it's been doing remarkably well. Right now we've got 79 soil temp, 73 inside. I actually got 114 in here today. I should have turned on the vent fan. I have it set for 95, and I didn't. But the soil temperature, it looks like it peaked at about 88, so I think it's probably okay. But I've noticed inside, probably won't be able to see it on the camera. I'll pull this plastic back here. Little space heater in there. There's a couple onions coming up in there. Let's see, you can see one right about here. But I think within days now, anytime, I should see some more stuff coming up. That pot at the back's got rosemary in it, and it's coming back, and there's a bunch of green onions in it, and they're doing well. And so far, over the past, I'd say about week, even with the real cold that we got the other day down to 0, I've only used 13.46 kilowatt hours in here, keeping this little grow bed warm. I think I'll probably be able to turn it off really soon as everything germinates and comes up. I should be able to shut it off because the weather's going to warm up enough. I'll go ahead and shut this back down. Sorry about that. So I'm going to take you outside here in the snow, show you what's going on. So here we have what last year was the old garden. I had herbs along the fence, there was some corn along the back. It didn't do real well and the raccoon got into it. That little setup right there had tomatoes. And there was basically 3 rows, almost like mini raised beds I could flood in between for irrigation. A couple little beds down here that I grew like greens and whatnot in. There's some mint down here, and actually some old pepper plants that are just going to get thrown into the mix. Hopefully the mint will come back. And over here in this corner, of course I'm going to move this greenhouse. I got 2 blueberry bushes right here. And actually this greenhouse is going to get all deconstructed, and I'm going to use the lumber from that to build the roof for my underground greenhouse. Wapakini style, basically. It'd be earth bermed. This area over here where the table is the lowest in my yard. There's a little water pooling down there right now from the snow melt. I'm gonna put in a pond right here, and then this whole area back here along the fence up to the shed is going to be garden. And then I have property past the fence about, I don't know, 6 feet or so, so I'm going to grow on the other side of that as well. Probably plant pumpkins and squash right along the fence row and train them out onto the other side, all the vines. And then I'm going to use the fence for the climbing beans and the peas and stuff like that. And further down, probably put in some blackberries and raspberries. Then over here on the other side of this telephone pole, which will be right opposite of the pond, I'm going to put in the berry greenhouse. Basically, I hope to put it about 4 feet down, the grow bed basically about a foot below the surface, so I can actually stand in there and then work and actually have the grow bed accessible. You can see there's a wood pile out there, and my air rifle target traps and stuff over. That's what the old sink was from the house. A little bit redneck, but I don't care. So anyways, hopefully this area up by the house, get rid of some of this stuff and make a nice area for the kids to play. Rebuild the fire pit. Anyways, it's kind of a look at the yard, so you guys will be able to see the transformation as spring and summer comes along, and all the work I put in as far as putting in the hugel beds, kind of mini swales to capture and infiltrate water into the soil, the pond, which is going to act as rainwater catchment, as well as sort of a modified hydroponics or aquaponics system, because there will be, you know, fish and whatnot in there, and actually water the pond, or water the garden with the pond water, which will be the captured rainwater from the roof. So anyways, that's a little look at my messy backyard right now, and it's turning into a mud hole with the melting snow, but just a little update, and I will talk to you guys later as I get some more stuff done. Thanks for watching.